Hey everybody, this video brings us out to Lewes, Delaware, the first town here in the first state of the United States of America, dating back to 1631. And this town is amazing. I've been coming out here for many, many years. My family had a beach house in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware, which is only maybe, I would say, I don't know, a couple of miles down Route 1. So for many years, I've been coming out here with my family, with friends, just coming down here to vacation all the time. And I love this town. As a kid, I would come out here to do some shopping, go get some food, stuff like that. But as an adult, I started to really get into the history of Lewes, Delaware, and just walk around and take in all the historical houses, go to all the different museums. There's a ton of museums here. Honestly, I could probably make an entire month's worth of videos just in Lewes, Delaware alone, going to all the different museums, seeing all the different historical houses, going to the lighthouses they have here. There's 2 lighthouses out in the bay, which is pretty amazing. There's a light ship, which is really awesome. I've been inside that. It's really cool. Again, tons of history here in Lewes, Delaware. If you're a history nut like I am, I highly, highly recommend coming out here. If you're on vacation in the Rehoboth Beach, Delaware area, or Lewes, Delaware, or Dewey Beach, or somewhere around that general area, maybe add an extra day onto your trip just so you can stop here in Lewes, Delaware and just soak in the rich history. There's so many old houses here. What's actually really cool about this town is a lot of these towns, unfortunately, over time will have houses that get old, they get demolished, they get torn down, new houses get built up, which is kind of a shame because these houses are very old and very historical. But what the actual Historical Society did was they bought a lot of these houses. They actually took it upon themselves to buy these houses, restore them, keep them looking as they looked back in the 1600s, 1700s, 1800s. It's pretty amazing just how far back some of these houses date, and the fact that these houses still actually remain, and the fact that they're actually still here, which is really, really cool and very awesome of the Historical Society to open up so many of these houses that you can actually go inside and take a look at. This whole little town right here, there's a whole little town set up that we're actually going to walk around right now to take a look at, which is really, really awesome. This is pretty cool too. Look at this. It's a giant spindle. This was actually used for fishing nets. Big fishing community here back in the day. And what men used to do is they actually used to get inside here. You see there's these little planks here. They would actually walk this. So men would get inside here, they would walk it like a hamster wheel, and it would actually roll the fishing nets up, which is pretty awesome. That is really, really neat. Look at that, it's huge. I kind of want to get in there and start walking around right now. Pretty sure they would frown upon that, but regardless, I want to do it. I want to get in there. So this town, again, is really awesome, really amazing. So much rich history here. Just walking around this little area right here is so cool. There is so much to see here. Look at the old well right here. Look at that. It's an actual legitimate outhouse right here, which is pretty crazy. And I believe you can actually still, if I'm not mistaken, I think you can still use this. Look at this. Look at that. So if you have to actually go potty, well, they don't lift up anymore, but if you have to actually go potty, you can go potty right here in the, I have a young child, I say potty. If you have to use the restroom, you can actually use the restroom here, the old outhouse. I mean, that's kind of awesome. I was going to say but the more I think about it, if I had to go right now, I would totally go to the bathroom in the old outhouse, the old wash closet, the old water closet, because that's just something you don't get to do much anymore. When do you get to use an outhouse anymore? Never. That's actually pretty amazing. But look at all these old houses and old structures right here. This is awesome. There's so many people out here enjoying this. I love coming out here and seeing all this history. Again, Lewes, Delaware is just amazing. Such an awesome historical place. This right here is the old doctor's office. Look at this. So I believe this was the actual waiting room right here. And then back here was the actual doctor's office. Look at that. That is intense. Looks more like a torture chamber. I can't even begin to imagine what it was like having to have surgery or anything like major done to you. Back then, no anesthesia, maybe just a shot of whiskey. That was your anesthesia. Shot of whiskey, maybe a stick to bite on. That was it. Look at that, there's no leg down there. Whoever used that leg, they had to have their leg amputated with no anesthesia, just sawed right off. I cannot even begin to imagine. Pretty crazy. I can only imagine if you were a doctor, you had to have a very strong stomach as well. I can't imagine just chopping people's limbs off when needed. Here's the old schoolhouse. Look at this. There's an actual bell out here too you can ring. Look at that. How cool is that? The schoolhouse is actually rather large. I mean, it's not huge, but I've been out to many one-room schoolhouses before, and I want to say that this one's one of the larger ones I've seen. This is cool. Look at that. There's the old map back there of the original 13 colonies, the old wood stove they used to actually heat this whole entire room during the winters here. And the winters in Delaware do get pretty insane. They get very, very cold. Cannot imagine being inside this in the dead of winter. Had to be pretty chilly. I mean, that stove probably produced some heat, but I don't know. I'd be wanting to sit at one of those desks right there, right by the stove. That's where I'd want to be sitting, because I can't imagine being up here. Had to be crazy, insanely cold. Pretty awesome. So many different kids would be inside here. I mean, not a huge amount of kids, but still a bunch of kids would be in here, all different grade levels, learning all different sorts of things. The older kids having to help teach the younger kids their ABCs and their reading, their writing, their arithmetics. Pretty crazy. One teacher teaching all these different children. Can't even begin to imagine that. Just look at these little houses out here. I have no idea what this one is here. They didn't actually say. There's no plaque for this one. Kind of looks like maybe like an old, I don't know, I want to say like, my money's on maybe slave quarters or maybe just hired hands. I'm not entirely sure. There's a bed here. There's a second floor. I love the ladder there, just cut out of a log. That is interesting. I could honestly live in something like this. I mean, there's no restroom. That's the only downfall. I can't imagine like at 11 o'clock at night in the middle of winter, you have to go to the restroom. You got to walk over to the outhouse over there. That would not be fun. That'd be very, very cold. Otherwise, I could live in something like this. That is awesome. They're actually doing demonstrations out here right now, which is pretty cool. This is the old general store right here. So we had to get your goods, mail something out through the post office. This is actually the place you would come to do all that. Look at this. Thompson Country Store, 1800. Look at that. There's the post office right there. You get your postcards here, get your candy, all kinds of stuff, toys, foods, all kinds of stuff you need. Anything you would need, you would come out here to get. And oh my gosh, I wish this was smell-o-vision. I wish I could have you guys smell the amazing wood smell. It's so musty, and just that smell of old wood inside here. It's an amazing smell. I love it. Look at the old ceiling there. That's awesome. This is so cool. I honestly kind of wish we could go inside here right now, but unfortunately it's closed off. So that is pretty awesome. So, all right, guys, again, Lewes, Delaware. I love coming out here. I love seeing this place. I love taking in the history. Like I said, there's so much history out here, tons of different places. You can go inside, tons of different buildings. You can see there's the lighthouses, there's a light ship, there's a really cool museum actually in the middle of the town, which is really awesome. You can take a look at. This here was the old Tavern. I was inside there. They were talking about all the different foods they served inside there. Pretty amazing. And this place is awesome. And they're doing, like I said, demonstrations out here. You can talk to any of these people. They'll tell you all the history you could possibly want to know about Lewes, Delaware. But all right, guys, I'm going to let you go. If you guys have ever actually been out to Lewes, Delaware, leave your comments down below. Maybe you vacationed here. Maybe you just vacationed in Delaware in general and you would come out here. If you ever took in the history of this place, leave your comments down below. If you've been to the museums, you've been to the Historical Society, maybe you've gone and seen the lighthouses. If you have, leave your comments down below. I want to hear your stories about checking out the amazing history of the first town in the first state of the United States of America, because I think it's pretty awesome. I love coming out here. We'll probably do some more videos out here in the future. There's so much history to see here. Like I said, I could make an entire month's worth of videos just here alone. So we're gonna be back at some point. But all right, guys, again, with that, I'm gonna let you go. So as always, thank you all so much for checking out this video. Be sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, check down below for links to Patreon. If you guys do become a patron, I will send you a postcard every single month from the road. Also check down below for a link to Spreadshirt, where you can grab yourself retro rest stop t-shirts, proceeds, both from Spreadshirt and from Patreon. Do good helps supporting the show, keeping the show going. bringing us out to awesome and amazing places like Lewes, Delaware. Pretty awesome. All right, guys, so if you watch this video all the way to the very end, what should today's hashtag be? I'm thinking hashtag cold potty. If you watch this video all the way to the very end, hashtag cold potty, because I can only imagine in the middle of winter, this potty right here would have been very, very cold. I would not want to deal with that. Oh, can you imagine the smell in the summer? No. Absolutely not. So anyway, hashtag cold potty down below if you watch this video all the way to the very end. But all right, guys, with that, I'm gonna let you go. So like I said, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. And if you do hit that subscribe button or you are subscribed, then I will see you in tomorrow's video. All right, thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one. Bye.